What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to this month's podcast episode on the Fuck the Algorithm podcast. This is a special one because FTA Collective is launched, and we are also here joined with Joey Don Bevi Reynoso, who is our newest sort of partner on this project, and we are very excited to have him here. I am also joined with our founder, Nathan Crowell. So it's going to be a cool podcast. We're kind of just all over the place today, but it'll be fun because this is the first podcast as an official business. So that's rad.
Heck yeah. With that being said, we should also say our website is officially launched and live now, which is exciting. I think I made it go live right at like 12:10 or something like that.
12:10.
So
FTACLTV.com.
But yeah, today we are joined with Joey, who has been helping us a lot, and I'm very, very excited for Joey to be here. Joey, how you doing today?
Fun fact, Joey.
Doing pretty good. Just waking up. It's like 9:45, but ready for the day.
Feel that. So to kind of start off, I think we're gonna kind of just talk about how Joey's been helping us with getting FTA started, and then I want to kind of go into a little bit of your backstory and talk about you starting Don Bevi. All right.
Okay.
But yeah, so to start off, Joey has really been helping us from like the start, pretty much. Even when I first was coming up with the idea of FTA, I was throwing the idea around with Joey. So yeah, I love that Joey's part of the team. He really has helped a lot. Joey, for everybody's information, he is the one that actually designed and put together the logo for FTA. Me and him worked really close together.
Most, if not all, of our artwork is done by Joey.
Yeah. He is our graphic design guy. So yeah. But yeah, that whole experience, basically, when me and Chase started working on this, Joey, you approached me and you were like, basically, you just wanted to make a logo or something. You're like, can I do this for you? And I was like, heck yeah. But you seemed really stoked on wanting to do something for FTA, and once I came up with the idea for the logo, I gave you 2 photos and was like, okay, this is kind of what I'm thinking, and then he came up with pretty much what you see, and then we went back and forth and tweaked some things here and there, but really pretty much off the bat, Joey, I think, pretty much nailed it instant.
Oh yeah. No, I mean, after we kind of saw that one, it just kind of stuck. So
yeah, I like it. But yeah, it's for anyone who knows Blender. It's a play on the default cube on Blender, and yeah, he really knocked it out of the park. But yeah, thank you, Joey, for doing that.
Yeah, of course. It's really to help you guys out. Coming up with the ideas, I remember Nate talking about it, and I had my own Don Bevi stuff that I really wanted, some really just unbiased kind of opinion. So Nate was just great with supporting things that I think were good ideas, and maybe somebody else were nah, this is not good, or I don't like this part about it. But Nate was oh no, this is great. I like the colors. He had actual help with it. He really helped me with my ideas. So you guys, and especially the FTA stuff, I really want be supportive with you guys and help you guys as much out as possible. like understand like how difficult it can be to like get designs and everything, and like really
100%.
have somebody that like is hands on with you. Like I didn't have that myself, so I was like, Don Bevi, I gotta make it. Like everything.
How did the whole Don Bevi thing start? Like, so this for anyone who doesn't know, Don Bevi is your personal like brand and your company that you
Yeah.
started, and which I found that to be really inspirational in starting FTA. I very much was like looking to you because seeing you do that um, definitely was like, okay, we could do this, and it
100%.
was very very inspirational. So I would love to I would love to hear the story behind actually how Don Baby started.
Well, Don Bevi was like a COVID idea. It was like the entire COVID. Everybody was not doing shit, and I wasn't doing shit either. I was just playing video games and smoking and whatnot. So I had a lot of time to just kind of be
Me
like,
too.
things to come up and whatever. And towards the end of it, towards the end of COVID, I've always wanted my own clothing brand. So I was like damn, like trying to come up with like some cool names, and it was kind of like just an idea, like a project or whatever. And I narrowed down like a bunch of names. It was like I had like a list on my phone. It was like probably like 20 names, and I combined like two or three of them, and I was like, that's it. And the way like my girlfriend's always told me, like, you don't want to like when you're showing somebody or like telling somebody, like, you don't want to say the name, you want them to read it. So I showed her, and she was like, Don Bevy, and I was like, damn, that's it. I ain't even got to say anything else. I just
Dude,
felt it
that's
like it
fucking
sounds
sweet.
good.
It's such a rad name, and I feel like it kind of gets the point across in a way. Like I feel like it just you would expect Don Bevy to be like a rad apparel brand. You know what I mean? Like it just works.
Yeah, and really what it it was supposed to be like a designer brand like Louis Vuitton. That's why it's like DB. If you've seen like the original hat, it's just like a D and a B,
Yeah.
and with the stars, and it was supposed to be like its own, like whatever that's called, like the pattern of like the
Uh-huh.
Louis Vuitton or like even Gucci or whatever. Like it was supposed to be like a
Yeah,
high end designer brand. Like I don't like the idea of like selling stuff for like crazy amount like a price, but like things are wanted around the world. Like yeah, obviously you could charge more, and eventually I was like, okay, I can like make these crazy like shirts and jackets and all this kind of like wallets and whatnot. Like at first I wanted to make like a that plus like make shoes too, like a Don Baby shoe. Like it was like as big as I can try to make it. Like that's my thoughts. I was like biggest um brand in the world kind of thing, and that's how Don Baby kind of started. Like the way I was thinking about it at first, it was like this is gonna be huge, like way giant, and things take time and everything. But before you drop it, you're just like this is gonna be amazing. It's gonna be
Right.
huge and everything.
Right.
That was just like kind of the mindset about it. Just designer brand, streetwear kind of thing. And then once 2021 came around, it was like kind of getting into like what fashion is and like what it takes to do that, and like where people get like there's millions of options in the world, and if you can really kind of understand that kind of stuff, like me, I have to like understand it to really know it, then like you're gonna be able to pick the best options. And like studying just design like over the last couple years, like there's just a lot to go into it for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
So
But
when
yeah,
it
it
oh
took a little
sorry.
bit. No, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so like when it came to like the designs and stuff, how'd you go about that at first? Like what got you into like the doing the design yourself? Like what was your gateway drug, if you will?
Well, it was let's see. Well, actually, I would like Instagram. Like I would just use like the like you swipe to the left just like your pictures, and like I would click like a blank screen, and then you can I would just edit in like, or you just like hit a letter like D and I put another letter B and I would just kind of shape it together. Just, you could see what a DB
Right.
looks like. And then you would, a GIF, like I would get a GIF that's a star and I had like two stars next to it. And I took a screenshot because, they were moving.
Uh-huh.
And I took the screenshot and it was like the logo that I have for my hat. And I was like, that's pretty sick. So
Oh,
I
sweet.
went to, I used to work somewhere at a embroidery shop. And the dude, I was trying to make like a logo for it. I already had the name. And he had a bunch of hats I can make hats with. So I was gonna make like a crazy like foo dog as like the logo, and I end up using just the DB because it was seemed like too much. Like it was too much,
Uh-huh.
and I used the DB, and he was like, "No, that's it. Just use that. That's perfect." So since then, it kind of was more of like, okay, I got to make more designs. I got to continue like, figuring out how to, make what I want because everything is, it's in my head. I don't, nobody has the brand, and then like all the designs and everything. I have it in my head, so had to figure that out after that. So, but it went from simple, and
Using
after that, it
Instagram
was
is
more.
interesting. That's actually kind of cool. I never would have thought about that.
What happened?
Using Instagram, like that,
Yeah,
I
it was
never
my.
would have thought about that. That's actually really smart and like easy.
It was like my Photoshop for like a little bit.
That's actually that's sweet. Yeah. Like
Yeah,
and just like the story tab or whatever it was, like kind of thing.
yeah, yeah, pretty much.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah, I used to make like crazy stories, just like, a bunch of like 90s 8-bit kind of whatever, just kind of throw a bunch of shit together. I think it was all cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
And but after that it was mostly like YouTube would show me like I found like Kiddle through that, which a lot
Uh,
of default, kind of things where like you can take it and make it your own. But I was trying to really just use like bits and pieces of, Kiddle because a lot of it's, I don't want to be like generic kind of stuff they have sometimes, but
you did
a lot of the
our
time
logo design on Kittle, right?
yeah, I did the three, well, mostly the t-shirts. The hoodie design that I have is like that was kind of one I thought of after I did the shirts, where it was more like piecing it together like of shapes that I liked, and
Yeah.
the t-shirts were kind of already somewhat made. I took off so much of it because it was a lot of clutter,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was just mostly figuring out colors and fonts and whatever, making it a lot simpler than I think I like. At first, it was a lot, and then I try to simplify it. Asking like talking to Nate, and like he helped me a lot to figure out that kind of stuff, and
Right on.
came down to like the last kind of logos, and I think it looked great. So
100%. I mean,
yeah,
we all love it. I fucking
Oh, so
I have my Don Bevi shirt and hoodie, and that shit, I wear that shit so much. It's fucking rad.
I love that. Fuck yeah.
But yeah. So anyway, yeah. Where do we go from here? So yeah, basically we started with like FTA obviously and all that kind of stuff. And once we started actually like kind of getting the ball rolling and like starting to do stuff, that's when uh, Joey made that first logo design for us. And then one thing led to another. After that, we kind of just started asking for more and more sort of designs and shit. And then eventually we just asked him if he wanted to be a part of this. And Joey said yes, which was fantastic for me and Nate because honestly, I mean, I'm not going to speak for Nate, but my graphic design is not great at all. I have like the
no.
tools to do it, but like I'm not that great at it. Like I have Procreate and I have like Adobe Illustrator, or actually not anymore. Fuck Adobe. I have Photoshop still, just not Illustrator. But anyway, and I had all this stuff, but like my graphic design for some reason always like comes out. So eventually we were just like, Joey, you want to just like like we'll give you a cut of the company, and like you want to just do our graphic design. And luckily he said yes, so that was rad. And he's been pumping out designs like every weekend, I feel like, and they're all pretty rad. So I guess my question would be like, is like, what when you go to make a design, what's the first thing you start thinking about? Like what, like how do you get so many designs out in such little time, I guess?
Um, it's a good question. I don't know. I just kind of sit here and I don't get up until I have something. It feels
Mhm.
like I'm very, you know, I feel like I got to be precise with some of these things. Like, some of them is more simple than I feel like might lead on. Like, it's like I just threw a couple things and it may seem like pretty crazy, but sometimes it's kind of simple to me. I don't know if it's like an art thing where like, you guys maybe like, oh, I did this thing on Blender, and I'm like, how the hell did you ever come up with like something, and like, but like the globe, the blue globe, you made me a blue globe that was it was like a 3 second video. To
Uh-huh.
you, that might have been like super simple, but I was like mind blown. I was like, no way, like it's moving, like that's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So it just like
So
clicks.
yeah, maybe it's like something like that. That's just kind of like, I have my eyes are kind of watching what I'm doing the whole time, like with the designs and the spacing and like the colors and like this isn't right, and I just feel like I just kind of see it, I guess, and like
Right
I have
on.
some logos for yourself and for Nate, and
Yeah.
sometimes I don't know if it's good or not. I just ask you guys, and you're like, I love it. I'm like, fuck yes, thank you. I'm like,
Yeah, no.
Joey, you're just really skilled, and you're just an absolute workhorse. I don't get it because like you remember that one day, like me and Chase were at work, and Joey had the day off, and you were just like sending us like designs one after another, and we're just like, okay.
yeah,
Well, there's one. I'll probably edit this to like show some of the designs for those watching on like YouTube and stuff. But there was this one design that he's he sent me that was freaking awesome. It was like this like punk poster thing. Yeah, this one was sick. I have it pulled up on my, yeah, it was like this punk poster thing, and that was like super rad. And then he just was just sending us stuff like over and over again, and it was just like every single design was rad. He also did he just did the podcast thumbnails, and those ones are sweet. There's like this 80s one that he did a banner for our YouTube. It's just such a talented artist. It's so cool. Like I don't understand. It's rad. That stuff doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah, my graphic design skill level is very limited. Like compared to you, Joey, it's I don't get it. You're definitely in the realm of skill set that I'm like, I kind of know some of the stuff, but it's not my skill set. This is not that's not what I do. So yeah, that's why I'm very happy you're part of this team. So
Yeah.
thank you, because that it was kind of funny because like it, you helped us design the logo, and then we kind of just like kept asking you like, hey, could you also do this? And then like it just made total sense for you to be part of the team.
Mhm.
Like
yeah, no, I'm honored, honestly. Like, I know you guys are doing big things, and for me to be a part of it, like I feel like my skill set isn't as much as yours, but I'm happy to help out as much as I can, really. And
Yeah.
that's why I feel like I need to pump out some stuff sometimes. I'm like, I need to keep up with you guys with a lot of the things I know you guys you're capable of and able to do. So
Well, I
I got to keep
mean,
going, got to keep grinding.
there's and I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I just started taking like I'm like, to the audience, like I started taking freelancing seriously. So that's what I'm doing right now, is I'm doing freelance, trying video editing and all that kind of stuff. And Joey's been helping me with like my shit as well. And like with basically asking for like nothing in return. Obviously, I'm offering, so you still gotta hit me up about that. But like, he's just so willing to just create, and that's kind of part of why we love having him here, because it's just like that's kind of what we do is just create, and that's just that's just rad because it's like it's nice to just have somebody that shares that creativity passion to just kind of like just keep going. So yeah, that's pretty it's rad. So moving on. Wait, Joey, did you bring a clip or no?
I just sent it. I
completely forgot about the whole clip thing.
Yeah.
The whole.
Why
does it feel like we haven't done this in like so long?
Well, okay.
I know we do a monthly thing, but man, I totally blanked on that.
Last podcast though, I wasn't on because I was editing it, but so it kind of has been a while since we've done this, but
anyway, this is true. It's true. I'm off my game, man. I apologize. Oh my god, I can't believe we completely missed that. But yeah, Joey, do you have a clip?
Yeah, I sent it to Chase.
Okay, so
I don't know how you wanted it.
I completely messed that whole thing up.
All right.
But we can't not do it. I mean, we've done it for pretty much every podcast and everyone that's come on, so we can't stop now. It's
So I paste the YouTube URL. Okay, Once Upon a Time in the West. Oh, hell yes. All right.
Ooh, so I've never actually seen this before.
Join Planet Fitness and save $28 a month. Just $1 down, $15 a month. Yes, anytime. Deal ends January 10th.
It's 2024, and you're still using the same cable method? Frontier Prime is
this movie is so good. Like, it's just the cinematography, the close-ups, it's just freaking such a rad movie. Yeah.
Beautiful. I've never seen this movie before.
The tension.
No way.
I feel like the tension is just so... Like, you can tell something's about to go down.
Oh, yeah.
Like, they're all, like, anxious, like, looking around, the tight close-ups and, like, the ominous, like, audio. So rad. Nate, have you really never seen Once Upon a Time in the West?
No, I've never seen it before. I've heard of it before.
It's a
like,
rad movie.
I mean, like, I know what it is, but I've never actually watched it before. I don't know how. It's yeah, that's kind of mind blowing. This is an absolutely gorgeous. Oh, love that shot.
Nick, right here.
Ooh.
What the hell is that?
Like,
Dang.
it's like just like this weird like subtle suspense. This entire sequence is just fucking awesome. With the
reoccurring harmonica, yeah.
Is that what a harmonica sounds like?
Yeah.
I feel like I haven't seen a harmonica in a really long time now that I'm thinking about it.
Frank sent us.
Ooh, it's a setup.
You bring a horse for me?
It's movies like this that got me into westerns. Like, I wanna write a western so bad.
Do it. Westerns are really like for the modern era are very rare now, and it's really sad because like they were so big, but nowadays you don't get a lot of westerns.
There's I think you can consider like season 1 of The Mandalorian a western.
Yeah, I mean it's space western.
The way,
yeah.
I fucking love these movies. The way people just get blasted by a pistol.
Oh, dude, it's like it's my best. It's my favorite part of westerns. The overdramatic kills.
That's what was cool about Red Dead Redemption 1. Is they like put that into like the game. The death animations was like a western movie.
I love that.
Oh, the wind keeps blowing.
I love that scene.
It's such a rad scene. So, what made you pick that scene?
Well, first I was gonna say there's movies like uh-oh.
Oh, I just exited out of it.
Because I'm still in it.
Oh.
See if I can get out of this thing.
Gotta love Discord.
Yeah, Discord is. Okay, there you go. I was gonna say there's Kevin Costner movies. Kevin Costner movie, the Horizon one. Horizon.
Yeah. I haven't seen
and then
it,
there's the Yellowstone. Yellowstone, he's also on.
I have seen Yellowstone.
Yeah, which I feel like, which modern cowboy stuff is not the same as like the 70s cowboy things for sure, 60s 100%. And all that. But now I picked that scene. Really, it's like I'm such a sound guy, or like every sound, every music is you're listening to it the entire time and stuff like that. The scene is creating the sound, like the train and them walking around and waiting for the dude. Like earlier in that scene, before you see that. Like there's a fly messing with the one dude and the other guy's like sitting down and like you hear some sounds like some like messages coming in on like one of those like stopper things and whatever, and he rips it out and they're just waiting, right? And nothing really is said until like this one guy, but then Charles Bronson is like the first person to really say something to like make a conversation.
Yeah.
And that's probably like 7 minutes into the movie or something like that.
Yeah. No, 100%. I think I said it in an earlier podcast episode, but like sound, without like good sound design, like you can really tell the difference between a good movie and a bad movie. It's sound design is like I think Nate referred to it as like one of the like the cogs in the machine or whatever. It's like if you like sound design is one of the things that can make or break a movie. Like so, and that Once Upon a Time in the West is like, I feel like as a whole that movie has great sound design. So
and
it's that was like
Sergio
one of the
Leone.
Movies, yeah, that's one of the movies I watched with my dad a bunch, and it's a good movie.
Yeah, like a lot of those Clint Eastwood movies. Sergio Leone is is a master of like one of the arts, like insane director right there.
100% love that.
I don't know how I've never actually seen that, but I'm gonna have to watch that now.
100%.
And it's interesting that you actually brought up sound design because Chase, I know you haven't seen it yet. Hopefully you see it soon. But Joey, I know we both watched Nosferatu.
Yeah.
The sound design in that movie was great too. Like the cinematography and all that is so good. We're not gonna really talk about it. I don't want to get into it because Chase hasn't seen it. But Nosferatu was 10 out of 10. Like Chase, you're gonna love the cinematography of that movie.
Dude, I'm so fucking excited, dude. I have to see
You're
it in theaters.
Really
so
gonna love the cinematography of that
I need
movie.
to go either like tonight or tomorrow. I think I have Sunday off, so I might go Sunday during the day. I just know that my girlfriend really wants to see it too, so that's like part of the problem because I have to work around her schedule as well. But it's one of the few like movies that like I really want to see that she also really wants to see because we have very different tastes in movies. Like I'm a film student, so like I have the really stereotypical. Wait, I'm not a film student anymore. I dropped out. Anyway, we can talk about that later. But like anyway. Anyway, but like yeah, like I really like the like slow cinematic like atmospheric movies, I guess you would say. She kind of like more like chick flicks in the least offensive way I can say it. Like I don't know how to say it like that. I'm gonna call them consumer movies. That's kind of been my term for them recently. Is consumer movies, like movies that are meant to be liked by a wide audience. And then there's like
They're dramas.
Movies. Yeah, exactly. or like you know, like rom-coms and shit like that. Like
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, like because I mean, like one of her favorite movies is 10 Things I Hate About You, and like it's a very it's a very like consumer movie. Like it is meant to be liked by a wide audience. Like I love that movie. I think it's great.
It's a great
But
movie.
then
Yeah.
But then it's like one of my favorite movies is like Dune 2, which when we went and saw it in theaters, she was antsy the entire time because it was so slow. But then there was me who was just like gawking at every frame. So, like, yeah.
Fair.
Joey, did you
Yeah,
watch the Dune
that's-
movies?
Have I? We started Dune 1 yesterday, actually.
Dude, what do you think so far?
Well, we got like a certain amount in, and after that we like had to make dinner. But
Yeah. Because, I mean,
It
that's
was-
like one of Nate and I's like favorite modern movies. So,
well, that's why I was like, I got to start this eventually because I know we're gonna have to talk about it. But
not
but no, I like from the beginning I was asking my girlfriend, I'm like, it's really good, huh? Like it seems like really fucking good.
yeah.
Couldn't decide what to watch yesterday. Like we were flipping through so many like different things, and because we were cleaning at the same time. And Dune, I was like, damn, like we stopped cleaning and we're watching it for like too long, and I was like, okay, fuck, we gotta finish.
Yeah. I just
But it seemed like really great.
I just watched Good Will Hunting for the first time a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah,
You've never seen Good Will Hunting?
Nope.
I've never seen it.
I just watched it for
You've
the
never
first
seen
time.
Good Will Hunting?
Joey, you would love that movie.
yeah.
Do you know what it's about?
Nah, tell me.
So it's fucking Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Robin Williams. I can't remember his first name, but he's a Skarsgård, right?
Oh no,
Isn't
why am I
it-
blinking right now?
I want to say it's Bill Skarsgård's brother.
Yeah. It's
I think it's him at least. Anyway,
yeah. It's one of them.
fun fact: Ben Affleck and Matt Damon were like friends, and they wrote that movie together. It was the first movie they ever wrote and starred
Yeah.
in as a major role, and they got a fucking Oscar for it, like for best screenplay, and that was
Mhm.
that was crazy. That whole story, even though I never watched the movie, was kind of what inspired me to like just keep writing shit because, you know, like it can happen. It can happen.
Yeah.
Like maybe not in like this market is like this day and age is really saturated, but like still. Anyway, it's basically Matt Damon plays this like dropout kind of like runt kid, but he's like a genius. Like he's like just he's just some genius, but he doesn't go to school or like any of that kind of stuff. He's just fucking really smart. And there's this scientist dude who like wants to like use him to like kind of like build his business up and like sell it pretty much, but he's like a runt kid, so he doesn't really want that. And then there's Robin Williams' character who is like a really like nice psychologist that like wants him to like realize that like he's a good person, that like it can be more than like just the runt kid, like he's not what he's born to be. It's just like a really like touching like heartfelt movie, but it's like it just follows like this like genius who just had a shitty life basically. To put it bluntly, it's really good.
Robin Williams is in it, right?
Yeah, Robin Williams is the psychologist.
Yeah, and that role for Robin Williams is a classic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, legendary.
Dude, I miss the old Robin Williams.
Just for
movies.
Robin Williams alone, you should watch that movie. But it's incredible.
Matt Damon is really good in it too.
Yes.
Matt Damon will forever be one of the most iconic actors in like the drama genre. I feel like.
Let me ask you this though: have you ever watched Matt Damon in The Great Wall?
No, I haven't seen that.
No.
Wait.
It was where
come out?
Matt Damon plays a white man in an ancient China medieval.
Oh yeah.
Low key though, that movie was really good.
Yeah.
So, but it was like, I get why it got clowned on so much when it came out. But it's, if you like really epic like Asian movies, like Asian fantasy movies. Um, it's right in that realm.
Mhm.
But also, did you ever watch the Tomorrow War with Chris Pratt,
Yeah.
the Alien movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I make it. They're kind of similar, not necessarily in story, but they're alien movies.
Uh-huh.
And so is The Great Wall. It's an alien movie, um, which really took me for a loop because I did not know that's what it was when I watched it. But they're both like The Great Wall was more entertaining,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to like their fight scenes with the aliens.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's The Great Wall. Actually, I recommend that movie. It's very, very entertaining.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious because just Matt Damon has long hair in it, and it's
I know we're
Pedro
on like a
Pascal's in it.
tangent. I know we're on a tangent, but what did you think of Tomorrow War?
Honestly, I hated it.
Okay, good. I thought it was so bad.
No, it was awful, but that's why Great Wall was so much better because
the effects were great.
Yeah, and like, but it's so funny because I watched the Tomorrow War, right, and then not soon after I watched the Great Wall, and they pretty much are kind of the same movie, but like the Great Wall was way better. They're both corny as hell, but this Tomorrow War, I really did not like.
Also, in the interest of time, we do have just about 10 minutes left. I know this is going to be a little bit of a shorter episode today because we are biting the bullet here, basically, because we are all still currently employed.
Yes.
We are not able to go full-time quite yet. Hopefully that'll be soon. But, yeah, in the interest of time, is there anything, like, industry that we need to go over? Like,
well,
Joey,
we
do
should
you
probably
have
talk about the
anything, or-
website a little bit.
Oh, yeah,
I know
let's talk
we
about the website.
mentioned it, but we didn't really even go into it. This podcast has been kind of all over the place. We are recording this super early, first thing in the morning.
First thing in the morning, and we also didn't really there hasn't been a lot to talk about other than, you know, obviously Joey is a part of this now. So we wanted to have Joey on and have him talk about Don Bevi and his whole thing and like how he's doing work with us now. So, but yeah, let's talk about the website. So ftacltv.com, right? So
Yes, sir.
You know, same thing as all of our socials. Go check it out. You'll see all of our services that we provide. We are currently taking jobs now. So, and luckily now that we have Joey as part of the team, we have expanded into graphic design. So if you need like a logo design or like a poster, Joey can handle that now, which is freaking awesome. So yeah, and we're trying to find a way to get Joey to learn motion graphics too. So hopefully we'll be able to do some of that soon. But yeah, Joey, speaking of which, do you want to talk about the graphic design service?
Sure. Yeah. The service, you know, definitely open talking, you know, mostly with the customers. How I think I would go about it is, you know, you come with me, you need a poster, definitely some inspo will come about it, but, you know, I'll be definitely more hands-on, I think, with, you know, the customer, because it's not my design, it's your guys' design. So, you know, I'm going to be asking you questions, obviously, and, you know, just be with you, making it could be like side to side, it could be, you know, just, you know, whatever you guys need. Obviously, it's a process, and it's also something I've never done. So we're going to be, you know, working together on it and trying to get better over this next year, figuring out how to get, you know, Blender or, you know, all the DaVinci, everything, you know, all the Procreate, you know, I'm working on it still. It's brand new to me, but, you know, I think it's going to be
already doing better than me, so
you know, I'm doing my best out here, but I think it's going to be great.
Yeah.
No, I'm really excited for this next year. It's all a learning experience, and I'm really excited for all of us and all the things that even within us, like the projects that we're going to be working on and stuff, amongst ourselves. But I'm really excited. And with that, also the website, it's not perfect, but it's definitely it's a work in progress. It's probably even going to change within the next few months as we keep adding more stuff and art and all that to it. But yeah, if you have time, please go check out the website. I still, as the recording of this podcast, I still have to optimize the mobile site for the website. There's stuff kind of like out of place when you're on the mobile site, so that will be worked on very soon.
If it looks weird, just try it out on like an iPad or a computer or something with a bigger screen. But yeah, it's as far as other services go too, we are so we have the graphic design, obviously, which is what Joey is going to be in charge of, and then Nathan and I are going to be sharing the load of the post-production section. So that is going to have editing, visual effects, color grading, and then a full post-production package. So basically, like the editing and compositing and like VFX, that is kind of self-explanatory. Like if you need someone to edit your short film or something like that, like one of us will take care of that. Same with any visual effects shot. Color grading, again, both me and Nate will probably be taking control of that, where we're just helping you out with like your fixing any problems that you've had in like the shoot that you had. So like white balance is off, or if you're looking for a certain look, we'll help with that. And then obviously our full post-production section is just everything. If you want it all done, you want, like, say you got it shot and you just need someone to fucking do it, we'll do it. So, but yeah, we're really excited about this year. So definitely go check all that out if you have a second. FTACLTV.com. You can find it on our Instagram, or just Google search it, FTACLTV.com. Check it out. We love hearing feedback, so DM us on Instagram, or do we have a Twitter?
No, I don't like Twitter, so I don't
either, but I use it because everybody else uses it.
I find Twitter so toxic, so I've always stayed off of it.
Don't get me wrong, I fucking hate Twitter, but like so many people use Twitter, so if you want that outreach, it's kind of good to have. But like,
we'll see about the FTA Twitter.
Yeah,
but
we'll talk about it more. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, if you have a bit, go check it out. It's cool. And is there anything else we need to add before we call it for today?
I think that's pretty much going over everything. I can't really think of anything. Joey, where can people find you, and where can they check out more Don Bevi stuff?
Instagram at Don Bevi, or Don Bevi on, and then I have donbevi.com. Got more stuff coming out next year. I'm going to try to really pump out some more stuff, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, donbevi.com. Check it out.
Right on. And then obviously, if you follow me on Instagram, Chase Parker Films. Nate, are you putting your personal Instagram?
Yeah. People can follow me at ducky.digital on Instagram. That's where you can find me. More stuff from like my personal side will be coming later this year too, like doing more stuff. But that's where people can find me. Right. Don Bevi.
All right. All right. Well, everybody have the happiest New Year. Thank you for tuning in, and we will catch you guys next time. Adios, everybody.
Bye.